What the fuck happened last night?
So again, long day stay on the street.
Oh, it's on already?
Beer review edition.
Oh, shit.
We're gonna try it again.
Jacob's over there watching the new Eva Scout video.
Eva Scout just posted a new video, guys.
So
Is this going up today?
yeah,
Eva Scout posted a new video.
if we ever get it done. So
Third time's a charm.
third time's a charm. So it's spoke, sandwiches, and beer. Talk about them again. I'm about to have the vegan.
I shared it.
Share the video. Now everyone's gonna know, and her views are gonna jump from like 1,500 to like 1,200.
Yeah, less. You get less. If I touch it, you get less.
Sounds about right for spokeasy.
Yeah.
What was that?
Welcome to HK on the street.
What was one time he was trying to get to 2,000?
I was trying to get it. I wasn't trying.
Oh, well,
I was just like, hey,
I'm almost at
I'm like
2,000.
3 away from 2,000 followers. Can you guys share my page? Maybe somebody will like it.
And so I shared
No, I
it.
was 1 away, right?
Yeah, well, and so I shared it, and like within 15 minutes,
I got 4 less. I got unfollowed by 4 people. It was tight.
and for like a couple of days, me and him were watching it, and it would like jump up, and then I would share something, and it would drop down like 5. I thought I was
Dynamic duo.
All right, everybody, House of Pendragon, get ready. Evil Twin, get ready.
Yep.
You guys are about
because
to.
you're about to shoot.
We call it infamous. You can be infamous.
So once I stopped, he actually hit. Once I stopped sharing this stuff, he hit 2,000.
2,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, there's that. I mean,
Right.
let's see what happens here.
Right. We'll see what happens here.
So, beer review. Let's talk about these beers that we have not had yet.
Nope.
This is the 3rd time we tried this beer. And
Not
today. Cool. So,
Quick check-in.
Wait, I gotta check in there right now. We've had some issues today.
yeah.
So, are we gonna start with this one, or do you want to
Yeah.
do this one? Okay,
Do it the
let's.
same way.
So, House of Pendragon out
What this is
of
going to taste like.
Sanger, California. Let's see what is happening here. This is the new one.
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa.
Mexican hot chocolate stout.
Released last
I think Friday.
Friday.
This Friday?
It's under a week old.
Oh, dude. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, last Friday.
So, Mike.
Vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, chili pepper.
Chili pepper.
We don't know what kind of chili pepper.
Right, Juan?
You have your you have your suspicions.
I have I feel it's pasilla, chilies, and I don't know, might be something else, but for me that's what I get. Again, it's I kind of think when it gets a little warmer, not like we've done this before, it's gonna change up a little bit. But ton of chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm really digging this stout. I haven't had one in a while that I really like, and this one's really good. The mouth feels great. Really nose is ton of chocolate.
Cinnamon chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla chocolate.
Cinnamon,
Boom.
yep.
Bomb right here.
13%.
What else do you want?
Even cold, fresh out of the fridge.
You want a
like-
hamburger with it?
Yeah, what else do you want?
What else do you want?
Hamburger
What else
would
do
be
you want
good.
from me?
You know, I mean, we got
Ice cream?
We got vegan sandwiches.
Curry
ice cream.
chickpea.
So, let me
But
jump
yeah,
into
definitely
this.
well done, Pendragon.
I don't know if you mentioned, this is an Imperial.
Imperial stout, 13%.
13%er does not at all have the heat of the 13% alcohol beer.
Actually, it drinks too easy.
Beautiful, kind of like tan head on there.
Not too thick, even though the Tommy's description said boiled for 20 hours. It's just right. It's not too.
You mean like it would be more viscous? You feel like if since it was boiled for that
Yeah,
long?
perhaps. I mean, I've been seeing that thing done so much in the last few years,
Yeah.
and sometimes the beers get not flavor-wise, but they get into that, as a lot of people say, that like that soy sauce kind of. They get into
Oh,
a
okay.
really thick, like I'm not even talking flavor. It's just they have a very
Syrup.
yeah, but without sometimes even without the sweetness. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but Anyhow.
Talking about like the weight of it?
Yeah, you can just feel it. I'm not
Yeah.
even talking about flavor, but
I mean, this, going into this again, you can see like the thought that was put into it though, right? This has probably a higher level of carbonation. It's not like it's dancing with bubbles, but you can see
no, it has plenty
spritzy bubbles coming in
for
there.
13%.
For 13%, which some stouts maybe that are
They're
coming
just
across
almost
as thick, they're almost flat, right? And the
Yeah.
aroma's going jumping out of the glass even when it's cold. You can see the bubbles, and you can see that the bubbles go away right away, obviously with the high alcohol and things like that, but it stays for a while, so you can see the head. It's like just a nice recipe overall. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, now it's not at room temperature, but it's not cold. It was sitting out here maybe 15 minutes. It's crazy vanilla and cinnamon to me now. Dude, I said that right. I usually have a problem with that word.
You did.
I said it right without even.
Cinnamon. Huh?
See, when you think about it, you have a problem with it, and I said it right. I don't know. I'm just happy for myself that I was able to get it out
I'm happy for you too.
on camera.
I'm happy for House Pendragon.
Yeah.
They brought this back. This to me was like one of my, I mentioned before, one of my all-time favorites. People can love it or hate it. Was Coco Mole from New Belgium.
Yep.
Had it on draft at our wedding. It was our favorite beer. This hit all the right spots for me. It's even stronger, but still not over the top. I say well done from
Yeah.
Totally. No, I dig it.
Right? Coco Mole had like that cult following for a long time
Yeah.
too. And this is like
They
taking
even
up.
one of the few they brought back after a long time.
Coco Mole was a strong beer. This is taking up a couple of other notches.
Coco Mole was
here.
like 9.
Yeah, it was like 9. This is great.
We had people who got Coco Mole'd. That was the thing.
I don't know. I remember
Right,
having
getting
that
fucked
here.
Yeah.
I remember having that beer here. I was not a fan.
Yeah,
I remember
I
you
kind
had
of feel
it.
that. That's why I sort of feel like I brought that out. We've got to
Yeah.
force you into situations that maybe you need to revisit.
But this, yeah, that's very very tasty. I would definitely recommend that. I know it was like a spoke kind of pick. I'm jumping on that. I definitely recommend that beer. Might have to pick up. What I like to do with these, just like damn it again, I had a brain fart. I bought double of every Black is Beautiful beer, and so I drink one, then I've been saving, just to see what they do in a few months. So I'll probably take one and just leave it. Just like I have a ton of TS beers that I just buy and see what happens later with them. But this is actually really good. I definitely recommend the Hop Cocoa. Hop Cocoa?
Hop Cocoa.
Hop Cocoa.
Hop Cocoa. Okay.
Get it?
Get it? A P instead of a T.
That's what they did.
Yep.
So,
House of Pendragon.
is this, do you think this is you think this is a takeoff of, they had a cocoa beer when
Cocoa
they first,
Crusader.
Cocoa Crusader.
He always had. That was one, and
That also had a cult following.
and back
Yeah.
in the day,
Yeah.
his Imperial Stout was way like in the beginning. I mean, maybe I'm misspeaking, but Spokeasy officially has invoice 001 of House Pendragon.
I remember.
But there was an Imperial Stout. I think I'm blanking out on the name. It was not, and he had none. And even we I think maybe we got some for a Kickstarter night. But
Yeah.
so my point is since day one, it's clearly a style Tommy knows how to
Tommy
make.
knows-
Right.
Yep.
And this is cool with the spices and whatnot. I love it. I think that,
And it's local.
Perhaps I'm
folks.
nostalgic.
Yep, and it's local, which, you know, we want to try as much as possible to, well, we're hoping that, you know,
For
our
sure.
local guys can bring it, just like everybody else, and this one can stand up to anybody's. What happened?
I figured instead of jumping up and checking it, we've had issues. Now you can see the glare,
Cool.
and we're all in it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
So anyway,
No tricks.
All right, so we can start for reals now.
All
we've had issues.
So,
So-
did we want to revisit the pooping on the door thing or any of that
How
stuff?
far are we going back?
Like, what do we
I
want?
don't know
What do we
what-
want to fill everyone in?
I don't even remember how we got into that, but there was pooping on the door. When was this? It wasn't today, was it?
No, a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks
It's a
ago.
long story. It's for another time.
It's for another time.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Let's not revisit
I don't even know
All
how we
right.
got there.
I honestly, it was just so organic.
Something about being on the street. Oh, we
Eating
have
on the street.
we
It was
have-
about
yeah,
to-
eating on the
it was
street.
about to go
So
orders. Yeah.
okay, so let's get into this. So
online ordering
online ordering
in person at the door, and no place to eat.
and no place to eat, so you could eat on the sidewalk if you wanted. Because I was
No,
telling
it's
you,
not ours. That's the public right.
I was telling you
I
a
can't control the public
story about I read the article this morning about some counties allowing restaurants to allow their customers to use the tables if they have them outside, but they're just not going to get no service. And
Right. Well, we have no tables outside, and you will get no service.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to sit in the gutter
and that's
It's not, I mean,
or the curb. I'm sorry,
curb.
the
it's
curb.
not called, you don't have to sit in the gutter. You could be on the sidewalk.
sidewalk.
Your feet could be in the gutter. You don't have to be in the gutter.
This is how we got to poop in the door.
Yeah, poop it up, and then one of you brought up, well, you know, people poop on the door.
Some people sleep in our
Some people
doorway.
sleep on the door.
Right.
Yes. I've actually
So-
rode my bike through here early
Some
in the
people
morning.
are so comfortable
That they poop on our door.
that they even poop
Poop
on
on the door.
Anyway, that's
I
not
mean,
good
we fucking-
conversation.
Yeah, so that happened because we were trying to clean out the back area.
We were
so
trying
that-
to make Narnia.
So that we could make Narnia.
And you
We had some
And
retaliation.
There was retaliation.
oh,
It was a retaliation poop.
because
Most definitely.
it's kind of like when you know you move into the forest and knock the trees down and animals get upset, so they're gonna
It was an anger poop.
Yeah, they yelled at you, and then they yelled at Mike, and they called him a wop, and then they
No, they called me a lot of things.
First they called you a wop, and then they looked at
Hey,
you and said,
hey.
"Wait a minute." Then they yelled at you and called
And
you.
I had my mask on, and then she spotted
And then
me.
she spotted him
She
for
spotted
real.
me through my eyes.
This people are gonna think I'm not telling the truth. This is the truth. God on the truth. She called
Yeah,
him
we're
a
not
wop.
making up a
And
racist
then
story.
she
This is
called
just a
him-
racist story.
What did she say?
I don't even want to repeat
She
it.
got
It was
it
terrible.
right.
It was really terrible. She got it right. I am half of Asian descent. She got it right. And she nailed it. And she knew it.
She nailed it.
She knew it, and she saw into me, and she tried to throw it at me hard.
And then Mike, and then
And
Mike
I didn't
was
like it.
Mike was like, "I'm not gonna take this shit," and he did something else. And then
I
she
didn't
let-
say anything to her.
Nope,
I didn't shout or anything at her. But anyway,
nope. And
I asked her
then
to move. I asked her to move.
he asked her to move nicely with the water hose.
Maybe.
And then the next morning, there's poop on her door, front door.
which, if I'm correct, this person has been known to do that.
No, it was a new one.
No, it was a different person.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she was feisty.
Yeah, really.
It was a new one because
really angry.
if you're familiar with the area,
I mean, like I said,
there's someone who does that.
yeah. I don't
She's
know.
outside right now.
It
She
was
was
trou-
outside right now. She
It was
walked by.
trouble. It was troublesome.
So it wasn't the one I'm thinking. Oh,
No.
oh,
Anyhow.
damn. Anyhow,
Because, see, what we did, you're talking about the light that's on in the front. We turned the lights on in the back. So there was a whole new things that scattered out from back there. All kinds of bad. There's fucking other shit going on over here in the camper thing.
It's gone.
I was about to fucking,
It's
yeah.
gone.
so real quick,
Come on down.
Sprouts.
Come on down.
Come on down.
I'm only telling you guys this because you can't even come. When there's not people here, other people are going to move into the
Yeah.
street.
Yep,
There's no
yep,
cars
yep.
parked out here. There's no customers walking down the street because
So
then
if
there's other
you
people down
come,
the street.
you could sit out and you Get outside and
Sit out there.
and keep them away.
Keep them away.
You could help out Spoke and the community by
You don't
coming
have to sit
over.
in the gutter.
You don't have to sit in the gutter.
You don't have to poop on our door.
You don't have to poop on the door.
So, have you made this sandwich before?
spokeasypublichouse.com.
This is terrible, you guys. Why didn't you record it the first time, Juan?
I know.
Why didn't you record it the first time? It was
It was so good.
so good.
The first time
It's
was
so good.
great.
This is so
this
bad.
Is horrible.
This is so bad. Everything about this is bad.
We don't even have anything to talk about. That
We've talked about it for an hour and a half already.
Third hour's a charm.
So, speaking of, is this the first time you're making a sandwich, or did you add sprouts to it?
Speaking of shit on the door,
Yeah.
No, sprouts are supposed to be in it. Why?
Sprouts was in there.
Because I've had the sandwich before, and I'm just now realizing you put sprouts in it, and it's,
We have never
We put
made.
sprouts in a bunch of stuff.
and
We have never made the curry spice vegan sandwich before.
that's what I'm talking about. So you just
This is the
No,
first
we
time.
haven't made this one.
okay. I'm not a fan of sprouts, but that's actually really good. So I guess I am. I just had to have it in the right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because that's really good. I'm eating it as we're talking about what we're talking about, and
Maybe you just have to be thinking about shit while you
They
eat.
give you a little nuttiness.
Yeah. It's a bit nutty.
a bit. So yeah, sorry, a lot of things.
There's a lot of things.
That's really good, dude.
Cool.
What's it called? It's not up there. I'm sorry.
Vegan amigos.
The Vegan Amigos
Fuck it.
sandwich is fantastic, dude.
Thanks,
I
dude.
don't know.
I dig it.
amigos in India.
So
I don't know. Too much. We're doing too
back
much
to the
today.
hop cocoa.
Please don't put this on the internet.
I know. Can you? How much of this we gotta cut some of this shit out?
I might just cut that whole poop.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean, if we could just stop talking about it.
When I was telling
It
you,
fit in so perfectly the first time.
yeah, when I was telling you about the
we just got
backyard,
all awkward.
This is just pure chaos now.
I thought I was gonna provide some context with the poop on the door
Totally
by
not.
telling you the story in the back.
totally not. It just
It didn't resolve the same way.
no, it didn't. It got wild.
Yeah.
So the sandwich with the sprouts.
Yeah, you like it.
That's really
I got
good,
it.
dude.
Let's talk about something else.
That's really good. So yeah, vegan amigos. So back to the hop cocoa. Might cut all that out.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So
We'll get back to it.
Move on. Move on.
Moving on.
back to the hop cocoa.
Pouring more of the same beer.
IPAs.
Yeah.
Really good stout.
Yeah. IPAs.
I dig it. Recommend it. Go try it. Go buy it. You can order it at spokeasy.publichouse.com. It's on there now, right?
Yeah, it's on there
Yeah, it's
now.
on there now. We're a few shorter than we were earlier, but you know,
People are just loving it. They just need to keep buying it and
Yeah.
trying it.
Yeah.
You know. So moving on to the next one. While we're on House of Pendragon again, I would like to say that their member pale is actually really good. I've had a few. Well, I had a few when Spoke was open before the shutdown, and it's fantastic for a pale. Try it. It's a pale, but it's a juicy, but not.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
hazy pale ale.
Yeah, fantastic. Try it. Recommend that one.
We have their Mordred black double IPA too.
That one I haven't had.
I liked it.
Good.
Yeah, I loved it. But I like that style. That's not the most popular these
Yeah.
days, but good on them for making it and making it well.
Okay,
Something
so
that we should probably, I mean, we don't have to touch on, but something that we discussed while we were kind of revamping things, kind of like changing outlooks and navigating through this year was like, well, our goal was to have another fridge full of to-go beer, and we really wanted to ramp up our local selection. One of the main reasons we hadn't had local selection for a long time was simply because we want people to visit that place. If you're
Yeah,
here,
we're always really conflicted.
people always
about
come
doing
here
that.
and they ask us about local breweries, and we give addresses. If you leave cards here, we hand out cards. We tell everybody where the local breweries are. go try it. We're
Go there.
here. We're here for the people that do live here to come here to find something that they can't get somewhere else. You feel me? We were thinking about maybe changing that idea in the future, so we started bringing in some more local stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
And on that note, we touched on this before, but with the new setup where you're allowed to walk in, the fridge is right from the door. One of the biggest things, like we've talked is about Spoke is when people come here, a lot of times they don't know what they're looking for, and with the help of you guys being able to push them in what direction, we talked about where you guys, they actually drink what they have available, and they're able to talk to you and tell you what they feel about it if you need that guidance. And that's where I think Spoke stands out from other places is a lot of times you come in and you just don't know what you're really feeling, and talking to you guys,
Or maybe you know what you like.
That's what I was gonna say.
And maybe you know what you like, but you're only aware of some of the stuff that's quote unquote maybe really like popular.
Right? Which brings us to this.
And there's just a lot of other stuff out there that's good. Like that's really good.
and you may
And-
not know. Yeah.
You know, like we'll do our best to find you something that you like. Like we've always had great success with people coming in who haven't been here and they don't see things that they're really familiar with, and then they end up having an enjoyable time. They enjoy the beers. They think the beers are great. Maybe they find something new that they didn't like, and like we, generally speaking, like we stand behind whatever we're gonna pour. Like if we recommend it to you, like we recommend it. We're not gonna just make it up. So
Yeah, just to sell beer. Yeah.
Right. It's part of our job, though. It's part of our reputation, too. And it might be something that I don't like, but I think you might like. But we have to know that. We have to be able to work through that, too.
Yep. So on that note, this is the beer that a brewery that I normally don't look after or look for, and this is one of those where your recommendation came in, and you're like, you need to try this. We've talked about a beer before, a brewery before Anchorage with their new IPAs they're putting out, and they've been putting out some fantastic stuff. I think a lot of people are turned off by them because of their price for the IPAs.
This sometimes too. And the truth is both of the breweries have been around a long time.
Yep.
And relative to the scene, they've been around. Now they're getting to be, older school players, and I think the trend is still look for that next thing. It doesn't mean that there aren't guys cranking out really killer stuff.
Yeah, or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't always hit, but we're here and we know when they do.
Yep.
And we can help with that too. Where this one might be, everybody's had something from Evil Twin.
Yep.
Everybody's had something from Evil Twin if you've
back-
been drinking beer for a little while.
From back in the days of the Molotov series that we talked, we
haven't had that beer in here for years.
Yeah.
But we used to have it all the time.
Yeah.
Being here on the West Coast, where they're not, their beer's got to travel. As they grew, it wasn't always hitting. Right? It started off pretty strong, wasn't always hitting. Hit or miss here in the middle, but then recently, as of the shutdown, I think we've been getting some pretty dope shit from them.
Yeah, we got a bottle in the other day that was, I know that, wasn't widely distributed, period. It's weird right now. So
we don't know what the fuck it's called.
Yeah, so this one, a beer with a name with no
it
name.
says it's pronounced Evil Twin is back.
Evil Twin is back.
Did you miss us?
Okay.
So,
IPA?
Hazy.
double IPA, right?
Yeah, 8%. 8%,
Hazy
I believe.
double. Looks like juice. Smells like juice.
It hits, Mike earlier touched on the coconut. You touched on the Sabro. Again,
it tastes like pina colada kind of.
Yep, that's where it's at when I say coconut. That's what
it's
I
double
mean.
dry hop with citrus, Sabro, Wakatu, and Motica. And you touched on the Sabro giving this like pina colada kind of like coconutty. And
Seems to be.
there was something there that I couldn't hit until you said it, and then boom, it's definitely that Sabro is definitely standing out. Very citrusy, piffy. It's weird. It is like you're smelling the pith of an orange. And again, it's just like those Anchorage beers. It's fantastic. It's right along those lines. I know there's certain breweries that a lot of people tend to look for, especially in California. This is one of those that I would say, go try it, grab it.
You're not looking for it, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of surprises out there.
And especially right now, I keep trying to.
And the shelves are big.
trying to let people know
and it's
because-
confusing.
And the shelves, yeah, they are, and people are getting access to different things, and people are shipping beer, and they're looking for different things. I understand all that, but during this shutdown, things changed. The way beer got sent to us changed as well, and we started seeing these guys kill it. Obviously, you're gonna see the guys around town like Alvarado, Humble Sea, go down south and get the monkish stuff. But when you can pop in here and we have something from Short Throw, which nobody's heard of, coming from the East Coast, absolutely on par with some of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Any day of the week, we can come in and show you. Hopefully, we can do this more often so we can flip something like this. This is on that level too. Anchorage also doing some killer shit. We might be able to do a couple different ones so people can hear from us whether it's worth it or not to spend $10 a can on an IPA too in the future.
Yeah, because when I first bought a few weeks ago, when I first bought that Anchorage beer, I just grabbed it because honestly,
The art was dope.
I liked the art on it, so I was like, well, yeah, cool, I'll take it. And at the time, it
They've
was
been killing the art.
It was a fresh deal, so I grabbed it. And I know you guys aren't like, I won't drink a beer that's a few months. Oh, that's just me. I like the freshness. I know there's Team Old IPA out there. Shout out to you guys. Do your thing.
It can be done.
Yeah. But when I grabbed that beer, I didn't even ask the price, and I bought one can and started walking out, and I went, "What the hell?" So I turned around and said, "Hey man, I think you overcharged me." And he looked it up. He was like, "No, that's the price." And I went, "Oh, okay." So it was $10. I think. Yeah, it was $10 for it with the tax and
Taxes
CRV
included.
Not here.
Oh, I was like, it's all, we got it all.
No,
like, yeah,
no,
you
it
walk
wasn't
out
here.
there.
No, it wasn't here.
Yeah, you want to keep it real. Ours is gonna be 9 out the door.
Yeah,
But
so I
you
paid
can go
10.
spend your money wherever you want.
Yeah.
But
I
I'll
paid-
keep it real.
Yeah.
It's 10 out the door
But
for most Anchorage cans.
on my defense, we talked about this. It was a Monday, and you guys were not open. So yeah, but that beer was fantastic, and so with the price of them, I understand. If you could watch this and have us talk about it and say our 2 cents about it.
Yeah.
If that helps you,
Not that it matters.
not that it, but if it helps
yeah.
you, whether you're gonna trust us or not, and go out, or whether you say, those guys don't know what the hell they're talking about, and then not buy it, then that's cool.
Sometimes there's review shows where I know one person on there, like, I won't agree with anything they say. So if they say that they like it, then I'll know that that's what I'll watch for.
And I know a lot of people out there know me and know my palate, know my taste. Like Jacob, I come in a lot of times and I order stuff and he'll say, "Nah, I don't have that because you're not gonna like it." And he just knows. So maybe this.
And like a lot of times there's nothing, that beer is perfectly great, but
It's just
but
my
that's
taste.
and that's what we do, and that's what's been so hard with shutdowns we're trying to figure out ways to do what we do without that. But I mean, we kind of can't. So I mean, I appreciate doing this because we can't really do it. But the truth is like, I don't know. I kind of like to think we know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
generally.
I mean, what, 8 years,
maybe no one else
9
thinks we do,
years?
but
Almost
I mean,
10
But
now.
yeah, we've been
Almost
here
10.
a long time,
Yep.
and we can talk about sandwiches and why we think we know what we're doing with that too another time. But I think we do, and
Yep. Nope.
like I said, if you want to have a sauce discussion or a mother
Hey.
sauces and stock reductions,
I think
I'm a humble bartender, but we can talk about a lot of different things.
I think we'll definitely have to do that. That beer is great, and again, I'm not a fan of Beagle Twin. I mean back in
It's
my
okay. I think that man.
back
I think-
I felt that one in my soul, bro.
Yes.
I think Jeppe will fight you, but
well, there's a few breweries that
I don't know if you want to fight him. I feel like he could be a dangerous man.
Well, but either way it is, I think I will retract.
All right.
I'm getting old. But Evil Twist is not a brewery when they put stuff out that I look for just
I
because
know.
of the
I get what you-
past for
Yeah.
me.
But I think that's maybe the point is
that now
with the current like proliferation of craft beer, my feeling is that things are kind of, I don't want to call it out of control, but there's just so much.
Yep.
And there's just a race to put out so much of what I don't know, what is wanted right now. And that's not necessarily, I don't know, it's definitely not wrong, but there's just so much out there, and there's so much out there that's so good.
Yep.
You're missing out on a lot if you don't check out some other stuff.
I'm waiting for this to have that like turn where it's like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, I think the only way you're gonna get that with this beer is with age.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and you usually when something that's 8% or higher ABV, there's a point where you're like, oh, there's the alcohol. There it is.
There's the funny. Oh, I thought you meant like the funky like after flavor.
And I have not got that. It's about right about.
Yeah, beer's not hot. It's not hot.
It's not hot, but it's right about room temperature, and
Oh, I
it's
see
still.
what he's trying to do.
It's
He's trying to coax me into my aroma rant.
Damn! I was hoping you would just jump in it organically, but you didn't because we can't. But I'm just gonna put it out there. We had a talk earlier before we were recording about how if a beer doesn't taste good when it's warm, it probably wasn't good throughout the whole.
It wasn't good to begin with.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. I was teasing you last time too. The last two episodes ago that got deleted today. I was teasing you about wine tasting.
Wine tasting, yeah.
But I learned a lot of shit I learned
Yeah.
about tasting came from those guys because they've been doing it so long.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
most of them are fucking stuck up or snobbish. But
So are beer people.
they've had a lot of time. But
Yep.
they've had more time to dial this in.
They have.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they know what they're doing. I'm not discounting.
So
They definitely-
I learn what I can and I throw out the rest.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry. They're still open, so we're gonna have these little things.
What we were talking about was beer coming up to temperature, because you were saying that as the stout got up to temperature. You want me to stop?
See, now all we have to do is tell the truth. We don't have to.
No, and I will.
We don't have to cover up anything for anybody. Now we could just tell. We could just, if somebody asks,
Finding
hey,
a bite will become a different invite.
why doesn't spokeasy have beatification? Well, because they told us that they were out because we didn't make enough sales of Russian River this year, and then we can tell them that, oh, all of a sudden we say, well, that's fine. We don't need to buy any beer from you anymore. Then if that's how we get our supply is, then we don't need to buy any beer from you anymore. And then they can come back and say, oh, just kidding, I found a case for you guys. Well, no, now we can tell everybody the truth. You can go buy it where they decided that they wanted to sell it to. we don't have to do that.
And the truth is I've told every single distributor all that stuff up front. I don't know if you're recording or not, but it doesn't
we're
matter
recording.
because I'm not going to say anything negative. But the truth is that I've always said that from the beginning. I'm never going to be your, like, I'm never going to be completely, like, you're never going to have a dedicated handle.
Yep.
But we support what we support.
Yep.
And when we have it, like, we support it like crazy. If we bring it in, we push it. It is what it is. You know, like, the truth
We got a
is
bleeder.
the truth is that I'm not here to play games.
Yep.
Like, it's just about beer.
It's about the beer.
Their beer's good. I'm not gonna even pretend that it's
Yep.
not.
But
And if we don't get it, doesn't mean it's not. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not good. It's still great, but it's okay because that wasn't my decision to make.
So, real quick, right before we went on our break, we're talking about wine. And speaking of wine, we go to Cascade.
Yeah.
Anyone know anything about Encyclopedia Britannica?
The only thing we know, basically, from what we can gather, is that they're taking a lot of their small batch stuff, some of the probably stuff they have fewer barrels of, and they're putting it in these little cans.
Interestingly, though, Cascade did sell, so
Okay,
There's
that's
that.
right.
but I don't think that's necessarily doesn't have to be negative. So I think that the shift that we're seeing is coming from a slightly newer viewpoint. So it does appear that they're pushing out more like library beers or old, like cellared beers into package format. I think some of it's COVID related because they can't tap in like their like live taps and all the other stuff that they used to do
Right.
in the barrel
Tapping
houses.
Tuesday, bro.
Yeah.
Tapping Tuesday.
So I think they're finding a way to move that beer out because they've done even like releases of Vlad and other things that we haven't seen for years on end type
It smells
thing.
like coriander. Is coriander in there? Say what's in there?
Man,
It's a library of spices.
oh man, right?
Juniper?
Dude,
Elderflower, orange peel,
Okay.
juniper berries,
I was gonna say right off the bat,
Juniper?
botanical
That's what it was.
spices.
but correct me if I'm wrong, but like you get like this little kind of put it 7-Up-y kind of deal with the botanicals that when it hits your palate and back, I'm getting like this like crispy little kind of gin
Yeah.
gin thing going on.
For sure.
Not heat like the gin, just
Nah, the flavor.
just the
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah, that's nice. So right before we went on our break, we we're talking about how wine and how wine had a lot to do, especially with these types of beers. Had a lot
Just with tasting in general.
taste in general, and me personally, like a lot of white wines, they like to serve them cold. I don't like that. I don't like the way they taste, and when you let them warm up or get to room temperature, you get a lot more flavor out of them.
But let's get busy. There's a difference between cold and chilled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. Yes. Totally. So even
And
chilled.
warmed up and warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilled. I don't like. I honestly, with my palate, I don't like anything chilled.
Or
Even
serving temperature
Sure.
and warm.
even
Warm is warm.
So you just like it off the shelf, that's it.
Yeah, even Pinots. We went to a winery one time and they said, "Oh, we've been serving." I know it was summertime; it was warm. We've been
Right.
serving this Pinot chilled, and right off the bat, I was like,
Yeah, fuck
Huh.
all that.
"Okay,
Yeah, a little suspicious.
I'm gonna try it." And we tried it, and I was like, "No, it just
Right.
tastes like cold grape juice."
Yeah.
Like, and as it
Like
warmed up,
Yeah.
as it warmed up, it didn't change much. It wasn't,
Because even on a hot day, if they're serving it at serving temperature, right, they can still pull it out of like a wine fridge. It's still just going to be
Yeah.
somewhere around cellar temperature. It wouldn't be cold like that.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
This has had a chance to warm up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To closer to our room temperature,
room,
which
yeah.
is pretty cold because we have the doors open and it's
Yeah.
a colder day. But
That's really nice. I like that.
Yeah.
That almost reminds me of like a Riesling.
so you get some wine
To
barrel
me, it's
character.
almost in a aperitif digestif.
Yeah, there's so
category.
much
Okay,
of that.
yep.
There's so much of that
There's
botanical
a
going
lot
on.
of herbs
Yes,
and
herb, yes.
spice,
Definitely.
and it's like kind of like you could either warm up to a meal or wrap up a meal with it.
Can't get around the fact that this is a sour beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
It's not acidic. It's not overly acidic.
Nah,
It's there,
it's
but
there
it's
as a brightness.
right. Yeah, but it's not running down my throat. It's
It's not bringing down your chin or what?
it's
I think you're right. If you like gin and gin cocktails,
yep.
it's getting close to that.
Tea, different types of teas.
Yes,
Yep,
for sure.
yep.
So what we were going to get at was as stuff gets up to room temperature, you can smell the aromas more and taste the flavors a little bit better.
Yep.
My best example was if you take a piece of fruit out of the fridge and you compared it to a piece of fruit that's been sitting on the countertop, which one's going to have more aroma and flavor?
Yep.
And it's no different with anything else.
Yep. So before we have another mishap, hop cocoa, excuse me, hop
Come to
cocoa,
Elizabeth.
hop cocoa, House Pendragon, Evil Twin. I don't know how to say that
Evil
name.
Twin's back
Evil Twin's back.
and
Nice, juicy. If you're out
did you
there
miss us?
searching for that northeast, whatever, cloudy.
Whatever it is these days.
Yeah, that's definitely a recommendation. If you're into the sours, Encyclopedia Britannica, definitely Cascade. All available at spokeasypublichouse.com. The sandwiches, order them.
We gotta do a whole sandwich episode.
Yeah. So we'll stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully we won't have any mishaps next time, and we'll be able to be more organic. Anything you
drunk.
guys want to jump in there? Throw out.
spokeasypublichouse.com.
Order some beer. Order some sandwiches. Again, you can come in and check out the inventory and order a sandwich while you wait.
In person or online.
And thank you for tuning in. H County Streets.
Cheers.
What the fuck happened last